That's right. Good pays careful attention to everything that Michael Fazio does. And why? Well, I have to tell you why. Because in the history of the world, there are some people that should be recognized and are not recognized. And it is the ability to dismiss certain people. And they have dismissed me as one of the greatest experts on the $1 bill. And they have not allowed my true concepts and or discoveries to become world renowned and global. And they have done so for a very specific reason. I, Michael Fazio, am the first person in the history of the world to say in a public forum and make videos and write a book about the topic of the United States $1 bill and how the pictographs on the back of the $1 bill came to be. Now, the story behind the dollar bill, real short. This is going to be real short. And then I'm going to tell you about my dream, and I'm going to tell you about the event 201, which is basically nothing more than an addendum to 2001. So, in the history of the world, as it's recorded in history, the pictures or pictographs, as they are properly called, on the back of the United States $1 bill were a series of pictures presented to a panel to put on the back of the dollar bill. Originally, there was a turkey, not an eagle. I forgot why that was, but that's the truth. So what happened was, in order to perpetrate this fraud on the world, is they actually sequestered creative artists from all over the world to the United States, Washington, D.C. And those people were placed in rooms or whatever, halls, and they submitted hundreds of pictures to be placed on the back of the dollar bill. Okay? Now, none of those pictures were used. In fact, most of them were just completely disregarded. But the story goes that the pictures that were submitted were the pictures used in a random array of pictures to be placed on the dollar bill. However, that's not how it happened. What did happen is those people were sequestered to Washington, D.C. They were placed under the authority of the United States to make pictures or pictographs for the back of the dollar bill. All of those pictures were discarded, and in fact, something, and I say something because it wasn't necessarily of a human nature, something presented a full-on 100% accurate depiction of what the dollar bill should be to the people in charge of the United States government. And those pictures and or pictographs coincide directly with the words from the King James Bible. Now, to give you a brief understanding of how the King James Bible was written, some people believe the Bible was written by the hand of God, and that every word in the Bible is a direct quote from God. And there are more people, another part of society, that a tangent of the Bible thumpers or Bible people. There's a we're back. We are back, Jack. Back, Jack. Welcome to the machine. I'm gonna have to go easy on those pictographs and go into those websites. They shut me down again. So there was another group of people that believes that the Bible is so well written that it is the hand of God, including the footnotes. So if you don't know what footnotes are, well, the people that supposedly originally wrote the Bible, they had footnotes on the sides of their writings or scrolls at that time, and that those footnotes are also hints and innuendos from God itself. So that's not true. So it's not true that those are written by God, because basically the King James Version of the Bible was written. Now, this is a big number. Now, pay attention. Pay attention. This is a big number. Originally, the King James Bible was written by who or whomever or whatever. However, somewhere around 1609, Sir Francis Bacon, and you can look this up, was sequestered to rewrite the King James Bible. And it is his version of the King James Bible that was edited and published in 1611. Now, 1611 is just a 911 upside down if you transverse the numbers or inverse the numbers. Okay, so Sir Francis Bacon, I don't know how he got the words. I don't now. Now, this part could be possible, but it also could be that Sir Francis Bacon was guided by what some people call the Holy Spirit to write the words as they needed to be written. So what I'm saying is that Sir Francis Bacon may have just received a finished manuscript that he had to copy in his handwriting, or Sir Francis Bacon was guided by a spirit entity. Now, is that spirit entity God, or is it Lucifer, that is the morning star or the light of the morning? Well, we don't know, because if there is a God, then maybe God transferred the information to Lucifer, and Lucifer transferred the information to Sir Francis Bacon. Either way, there is the belief that the King James Bible was written by the finger of God, or the Spirit of the Lord God. Now, coincidentally or not, and I believe not, the pictures and pictographs on the back of the dollar bill also were placed there by the same entity that gave the information to Sir Francis Bacon to write the King James Bible. I've proven this in my book, Angels on the Ark. Well, John Escape, I know you wanted to start the rainbow, and thank you for that. And I was getting to the comments. I was going straight to the comments when I saw that that troll, Mike L. And I read his comment, and I was about to delete him from the live stream when I put the eagle up on the and my internet was shut off again. I have tried to make this video. This is the fourth attempt. The first two attempts, the internet just went blank. As soon as I said skull and bones on the dollar bill, the internet just died. So I don't know why, but it happened. So let me go to the comments. And then I'm going to read the comments from the previous live stream where G.E. Northcote made a really cool comment to Mike L., who Mike L. is a total, absolute, he's from, he's Dutch. He's Dutch. And so he's a total troll. If you'll notice, Mike L. is a major participant on another channel that just boosts that other channel up to some sort of hierarchy amongst the Philippines bloggers. But in fact, nothing could be further from the truth. But Mike L. made some really derogatory comments, but in a very left-handed, sleight-of-hand way. So I'm going to read those comments because I did save them. So let's read the comments. We're back. We're live. Jack Thompson, no need to respond now, but try the tinfoil Wi-Fi trick to increase your reception from your router. I will look that up. or I'll call you after the live stream and ask you what that was. John Escape. Okay. Sir Francis Bacon, 1st Viscount, St. Alban, PCQC, January 1561, 9 April to 1626, also known as Lord Vrolium, was English philosopher and statesman who served as Attorney General and as Lord. Okay, so those are his qualifications. Well, see, John Escape, what happened to my computer? I'm pretty sure because I was on the Skull and Bones website, I guess I accepted their cookies. And when you accept cookies from a website, it puts a tax on your computer, which is why I'm glad I'm getting a new computer. So Scott Del Fuego says, we're back live and on the interwebs. One of the foremost purveyors of hidden knowledge of the secrets of the masters don't want you to know. Provider of the censored truth, Mr. Michael Fazio, is here. Thank you, Scott. The wordsmith strikes again. The wordsmith who has been referred to on another channel, who believes he is the greatest Philippines philosopher to ever live, called Mr. Scott Del Fuego a glorified janitor. Oh my God, look at this. I got hair over my ear. Oh, hold on a minute. I have to correct this issue here. There you go. I want to look good. So we're going to go back to the comments on a previous live stream, and we're going to see what low class is. So let me see if I can get there. Yeah, we're not there yet. I might have to do this a different way. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it another way. Okay, so I did copy the comments down, and we have detractors, what I call detractors on my channel, that came onto my channel to say stupid things, and the same detractors happen to be on other YouTube channels that I would call lesser channels, and they are constant purveyors of glorified words to that other YouTuber with no real bearing on their words other than their words are subterfuge and probably not generated from where you think or where we see them to be generated from. Just put that. So basically, it's a bunch of blah, blah, blah. And I do believe that there are secondary and tertiary accounts, as many as 85 accounts. There's one particular blogger is supposed to have as many as 85 accounts. According to Big E and Warren H., there's a particular YouTuber out there that has, Big E says 56 accounts, and Warren H. said that person told him there were 85 troll accounts under his name or at his beck and call. So Mike L. said, now we're gonna read the comment from Mike L. Bad things happen to good people all the time. So that what basically that guy Mike L. is he's a troll trying to throw a monkey wrench in the works. However, G.E. Northcote comes back. G.E. Northcote comes back and says, conversely, it's good that bad things happen to bad people. So these are the diametrically opposed comments. Mike L. says, bad things happen to good people all the time. And G.E. Northcote says, conversely, it's good that bad things happen to bad people. So that's some food for thought. And that's where I was going with my last live stream. So I'm gonna close that document down, and then I'm gonna go back to my live stream. And so Jack Thompson makes a point here that on my live stream, there are actual real people that I can call up on the phone and talked to on Skype and or on a telephone call, and that there aren't any or many other channels that do that or can do that. Now, there is, of course, that group of people that work from Discord who they talk with one another. But basically, the leader of the pack of Discord is basically a non-entity in my reality. So Scott Del Fuego says John Escape is a nobleman. Hello to Warren H. Warren H is here? Did I miss something? No. Okay. I was also going to get Warren H on if Warren H is watching. I guess I could give you an update on Warren H. His medical condition, the prognosis, he does have positive results from his cancer therapy, but not as positive as we could hope for. However, one of the counts that he started out with, and I forgot which part of the blood it is, Blue Rose and I and Warren were talking yesterday. Blue Rose might remember what part, but one started out, I think it was 196, and the normal count would be somewhere between 2 and 5. Well, Warren's count is nowhere near that. In fact, it's I think it was 179. So he's got a ways to go. So he's got either one or a few more treatments of chemotherapy. He's been in the hospital 148 days now, but he was in the hospital for an additional 36 days. I think he's been in the hospital, including today, 187 days in the last 2 years. And yet we have an underachiever out there who says that Warren H may or may not have cancer. Now, how much of an underachiever would you have to be to not know that Warren H making videos from his hospital room for the last year and a half? Does this guy really believe that Warren does not have cancer, that he's faking this? I mean, what IQ would you have to have such a distorted view of the world to believe that Warren H is in a hospital room, next to his hospital bed, next to the hospital equipment, next to his guitars, in a hospital where nurses come in on a regular basis and hand him pills and do frequent tests and change the dressing on his leg? What IQ would you have to continue to make videos? Now, I guess there's numbers, but I don't know that you could put a negative number down on YouTube. But I would think that mean-spirited would follow through with what kind of person would do that. And then there are even references to Warren having satanic ties to myself on YouTube. What on God's green earth, and I use those terms loosely, would possess a person to say that Warren H., who is one of the most, if not the most well-liked blogger, period, that I know of, what on God's green earth would allow somebody to say such negative things about Warren H., that he has satanic ties, and satanic ties are tied to me? What type of man, and I use that word very loosely, what type of person would say that Warren H. has anything satanic in nature in his soul? I can't even imagine how low brow, low class you would have to be to say that Warren H. has any type of ties to Satanism or satanic entities. So, I mean, I pose a question. I don't really care if anyone answers, but I got to tell you, that's pretty low to call Warren H., associate Warren H. with the devil. So Warren posted a video to that effect that someone is calling him or tying him to the devil in some fashion. Excuse me. So, where we were with my last live stream is I got it when I put these pictures up on the screen. You guys got to prepare yourselves to get ready for my live stream to die. If it does it again, it did stop raining. I don't hear rain anymore. John Escape says Warren H is absolutely a kind, gentle, patient person. Warren H, you're on spot, Scott. Okay, Scott Del Fuego, small letters, put the glasses on. Warren is really a great man. I am so happy that you provided me the opportunity to be his friend, Michael. It is a privilege to associate with him. So thank you very much, Wordsmith and John Escape. Now, I've known Warren for just about 10 years. And I got to tell you, Warren is a lot nicer of a person than most people that you'll ever meet in the world, in life. Now, unfortunately, I haven't had the pleasure to meet Warren yet. And probably, if the travel ban didn't exist, probably that would have happened in the near future. It was a plan. It was a plan. So, and it may still be a viable plan, but there is the probability that things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. So before I start posting pictures of the website, Scott Del Fuego says he is a hell of a lot nicer and more patient than I. And John says, LOL. Yeah, he's when some of the things that Blue Rose and Warren and I were talking about yesterday on the internet, I couldn't believe that Warren has, as much as he dislikes a particular YouTuber, he has no hatred towards him. He goes, that's a pretty strong word. But I don't know. Warren is just a really nice guy. A lot nicer than me, that's for sure. So Warren doesn't have a bad, really, I mean, really deep-seated hatred towards anybody, but he has an amazing, I guess he has to maintain that positive outlook in the position that he's in life, because negativity does not serve Warren any justice. As some people thrive on the negative. Some people can't. If you'll notice, I got to tell you, this is funny as all get out. If you'll notice, Jack Thompson says, Warren H is far tougher than the coward of the county, whoever that might be. And he is. He's a tough guy. And he's a real tough guy. So what I want you to notice about that guy, that underachiever, let's call him an underachiever. What I want you to notice is that every video, every live stream, in every video and every live stream, just about, like the longer one, every one of them, there is some sort of deep-seated negative connotation about the reality of the world that surrounds him, not me or Warren or John or Jack or Scott, not us, but his reality is very dark. I got to tell you, his reality is one of the darkest. Pretty much he can't do a long live stream without talking about what could possibly happen and all of the negative aspects of what could happen, not just in the world, but to people, and especially bad karma. Especially, he has a place in his heart for bad karma, when in fact the word karma has nothing to do with his perception of the word itself. So G.E. Northcote's here. Thank you. Welcome to the machine once again. Joke. Corona isn't Trump's fault. Ebola wasn't Obama's. SARS wasn't Bush's. And only a few dozen cases of herpes was Clinton's fault. There you go. There you go. Now, I have a video up in this mess on top of my page. Okay, so what I would suggest you do, so that I don't put Eric Dubé's video up on my screen, I will just mention his name, Eric, E-R-I-C, Dubé, D-U-B-A-Y. Eric Dubé made a video about the number 33 and how it's in almost every headline across the world since 3/11. Okay. So in one of his live streams, and I don't remember the name, and I did take that down, Eric Dubé did a documentary segment of one of his videos where every election for the last 40 years, every president has faced a virus or an outbreak. Every president, bar none. So I would have to look for that. But Eric Dubé, and then every election year, there was either an outbreak or a virus. Now, in the United States, they have midterm elections that they call, and at and around the midterm, just prior to the midterm elections, there were subdivisions of outbreaks and or medical catastrophes that occurred all over, specifically the United States. So Eric Dubé did put out a video confirming G.E. Northcote's actual wording that he portrayed as a joke, that Corona isn't Trump's fault, Ebola wasn't Obama's, SARS wasn't Bush's, and only a few dozen cases of herpes was Clinton's fault. You got to understand that the people that suppress my videos and my book, whereas I should have been offered the opportunity to sell the rights to my book for upwards of $10 million and the copyrights to my pictures of the dollar bill and the words that associate with those pictures on the dollar bill. In fact, I've gone through this before. When I wrote my book, I called up Steven Spielberg's frontman, okay, and his name was Bob, and his last name eludes me now, but Bob and I spoke on the phone, and Bob and I had a conversation on the phone. I should have recorded that conversation, but I did not. Bob and I had the name flew past my eyes. Bob Cosberg, C-O-S-B-E-R-G. Bob Cosberg was his name. Bob Cosberg was his name. Okay, so Bob Cosberg and I had a conversation as to the content of my book. And Bob Cosberg's exact words were, hold on, I'll get back to you within 72 hours, and you're going to be a very rich man. Because what Bob Cosberg's job was to talent scout, so to speak, concepts that could be made movies and or books about. So that, let's just say arbitrarily, I published my book on April 15th of 2010, and then I started calling people to sell the rights to my book. Alex Jones declined. I mean, immediately declined. Mike Rivero said I was crazy. Then Mike Rivero and Alex Jones have subsequently turned out to be the Sinfo agents. Bob Cosberg, who worked for Steven Spielberg and had Steven Spielberg's ear, so to speak, said, you're going to be a rich man very soon, Michael Fazio. And then I got in touch with Jordan Maxwell. He never returned any emails. That guy has more emails, more email addresses, and more phone numbers than you could imagine. And Jordan Maxwell was poor. His wife was going through some sort of medical condition. I won't say what it was. He had no money. He was broke. He was losing his house. And I offered Jordan Maxwell $50,000 to co-write another book with me. and he refused. Okay, so he wouldn't even answer my mail. So at the time, these people that was supposed to be, Jordan Maxwell was supposed to be the most world's renowned expert on pictures or pictographs on the dollar bill. That guy turned out to be nothing more than a giant zero. I also sent messages to David Icke, and he refused after he found out what the topic matter was, because I put it in the body of my email. He refused to even answer my emails. And why? Because David Icke, Jordan Maxwell, Alex Jones, not Bob Cosberg, George Norrie, they're all disinfo agents, every one of them. So Bob Cosberg, the next day my phone rings, he called me back. He said, give me 72 hours to work on this. And he called me back and he said, Michael, no one is going to buy your book. No one is going to make a movie from your concepts. And you'll be lucky if you live long enough to make videos about your content. And he wished me good luck. And that was the last I ever heard from him. So as soon as I portrayed the concept to Bob Cosberg, who had the ear of one of the world's most famous people, Steven Spielberg, he told me that it's never going to happen. And it never did. And in fact, shortly after that, about, 2 years later, because I kept posting videos about the dollar bill, and because my videos on a page of 20 videos, if you researched owl on dollar bill, if you researched owl on dollar bill owl, is there an owl on the dollar bill, skull and bones on dollar bill, skull and bones, if you researched that and you went to a YouTube page, at that time there were 20 thumbnails on each page. The top thumbnail was an advertisement, paid advertisement, so you could buy the top thumbnail or the top review on each page, just one. And the other 19 were mine. So out of the first 100 thumbnails, first 5 pages, 88 or 89 or 90 or 91 or 92 would be my dollar bill videos. You couldn't put the word dollar bill in the internet in any configuration without coming to my dollar bill videos. And then they shut my channel down. So that's, I actually somewhere on a drive, I have a video of that happening. So one day I'll find that drive, and I don't know what it's underneath, but I will find that drive and post the video where I go through the first, say 10 pages of YouTube search results, and you'll see 18 or 19 of every page are Michael Fazio's dollar bill videos. You couldn't put the word dollar bill in the internet without coming to my channel. And then at that time, shortly thereafter, I was receiving somewhere in the vicinity of 14,000 views a day. So you people out there, underachievers, that call my work a fraud or plagiarized work, I gave all the underachievers of the world the opportunity to prove it yesterday. Then I decided to go look for proof that my work is not plagiarized. And in fact, I even have the files for the original Angels on the Ark book itself. I even found those files, on drives. But I did not find the dollar bill drives where my videos are, all 18 or 19 of 20 thumbnails. However, what you have to understand is that Google at that time did not have complete control of the algorithms on the internet. So at that time, if you put up a picture of the skull and bones on the dollar bill, it may or may not have seen the picture and understood what it is, but now it does. So, and that's the reason that they allow people to post anything and as much of anything as they want on the internet, because that algorithm every day is learning. And as I said in a previous live stream, Neil deGrasse had a panel of people discussing artificial intelligence. And I don't know what video it was, but the representative from Google said artificial intelligence is 20 to 30 years down into the future. And this was just this year that the seminar existed. That's a lie. And I believe, of course, the computer that runs, or the computer that runs Google, I believe it is sentient. So we're going to read the comments, then we'll go back, and then we're going to go. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so we're going to go back to GE Northcote. GE Northcote makes a joke. Of course, it's just a joke. Corona isn't Trump's fault. No. And on the top of my page somewhere, look what they did. When they shut my live stream down, they shut off all my tabs at the top of the page. Now you don't, I have to click on the tab. All right, so they shut me out of Patreon. I had to re-sign back into Patreon. They shut me out of my Yahoo Mail. They shut me out of my Gmail, and they shut me off of YouTube. GE Northcote. So Scott Del Fuego made a comment, and GE Northcote gave him an LOL. And Scott Del Fuego and Warren and I have had conversations on Skype. Now, I know where Scott was and I was, well, what I wanted to say is that my channel commenters are real, as opposed to the fictitious Philippines bloggers. And I call them fictitious because a lot of their commenters, even though GE Northcote has no subscribers, he has intelligent comments. I do believe that the underachievers of YouTube, I do believe that YouTube has given not just the underachievers, but also people like myself, overachiever, they've given the people somewhere on some website, and I don't remember where it is, and I haven't seen it in years, but there are websites that you can buy subscribers, but you can also buy likes, you can buy comments. And this segues into the supercomputer of Google, which I'm not sure if it's a Cray Systems 3 or a Cray Systems 2, or it might even be a Cray Systems 4. I do know that the Cray, C-R-A-Y, the Cray Systems 3 computer, I do remember there were two of those years ago when I researched it, and one of them operated the military industrial complex, and that was all war games and all munitions and nuclear silos and missile silos and things like that. This is the Cray Systems 3. Then there was another Cray Systems 3 that was dedicated specifically to I think it was the NSA. Okay, so there were two of those. Then it was either China or Japan that made a supercomputer that exceeded the capacity of the Cray Systems 3. However, back in the 90s, when I was first on the internet, there was a site called Yahoo. And at some point, you could talk to everybody on Yahoo. And then they upgraded their system, just like Google did recently. And everybody got compartmentalized. You could only talk to the 10 or 15 people that you had the most comments reference to. So from having a page of 1,000 comments that you could read from people that were on the same topic, you got segued into just a few dozen people, and only those people that you commented to on a regular basis. So within a matter of a few weeks, from having the ability to see comments from 1,000 different people, you could only see people that were immediately in line with your way of thinking, at which point I stopped commenting. There was be no reason, because I realized what they did, and this is back in the late 1990s. This was while I was writing my book. I was communicating with people on Yahoo and other websites, and also making sure the reason I was online in the 90s after well, I've been online since 1990, but 1991 to be exact. The the reason I was online was not to research what my discoveries were. My discoveries were not, it wasn't possible to look up anything I discovered about the dollar bill and the King James Bible on the internet. It wasn't possible because I discovered something that had not been written about, although it existed. It's raining. Okay, so the reason for me to be on the internet was because I was researching. When I discovered that the Ark of the Covenant was on the dollar bill, I threw the dollar bill onto my desk, closed the Bible, and didn't look at it. Probably, I don't know, could have been a year, man. I was like completely set back from that experience. I did work on other aspects of the book, but for me to find the Ark of the Covenant on the $1 bill, that just blew me away. That just completely obliterated everything else I was doing, because I was working with the skull and bones and the owl on the dollar bill, and I was working with the pictograph, otherwise known as the God Pod, or the evil seed of death that I call them in the book. I was working on those concepts when I discovered the Ark of the Covenant on the dollar bill. It wasn't the other way around. And that's why I don't put my Ark of the Covenant videos on YouTube. I have them, and I made them back in 2010, but typically I don't describe how you can see the Ark of the Covenant. I should have 100 videos to that effect, but why should I waste my time? If Google, I can put out a video. I have put out videos about the skull and bones on the dollar bill. Somebody else has copied the picture of the skull and bones. My skull and bones video gets 264 views. They copy my picture or pictograph of the skull and bones on the dollar bill, and they'll get 168,000 views on their video. And some of them give me kudos for my discovery, and some of them try to pawn it off as their own discovery. But of course, my dollar bill videos have been up since 2010, and theirs didn't go up till 2015, 2016, 2014. So they can't say it was their discovery, plus forensics would prove it's my discovery. However, these people that control the internet, and now the world, that's where we were going with this, and my dream. Okay, I had a dream last night. It was the strangest dream you ever saw. I won't even tell you. If I Skype with you, I'll tell you what the dream was all about, but I won't even tell you the first part of the dream. It's just off the chain crazy. Okay, it's just off the chain crazy. It would be something I would never discuss on the internet. Probably I would get long formed from somebody that doesn't have anything else to do, or all the underachievers on the internet would say this is against the rules, and let's long form this guy, because that's what underachievers do. They long form other people who have arrived. Or I could say I have arrived because my pictographs and my pictures and or my videos are directly linked to the Skull and Bones Society. So let's go to the comments, and then I'll tell you about my dream. John Escape says, damn, if we could all get together in Alona Beach after all this mess, I'm up to it. Let me know. I got to tell you, John, this is not going to end soon, and it's not going to be pretty. This is what I have been telling you was going to happen for 10 years. This video I have here proves it. I'm looking for my video. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on a tab, and I'm going to show you the name of a video that is private. But I have warned you people for 10 years that this was going to happen exactly as it is happening. Now, I have to be careful when I click. How about, Scott comes up with a good line. That's a good idea, Scott, an 8x10 glossy, like Alice's Restaurant. It would become a movement. So what I'm going to show you on the screen is Rabbi Jubaka. They Want You Dead. So the name of the video is Rabbi Jubaka, They Want You Dead. I really have to be careful about what I do here because it's the Want You Dead song. They Want You Dead song. So let's go here. Let's open up this page, and then I want to remove the link because it's a private video. It is sound is off. The picture is building. The site is building. It's initiating the building. Right now, I'm looking at 3 seagulls, and I will show you those seagulls. And it's the name of the video. Well, it's a Rabbi Jubaka production. They Want You Dead song. So let me get to that video. I'll show you the name, but I'm going to remove the link because it's only a Patreon unlisted video at this point. So I'm going to try to get it back to 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you without the link. I'm going to cut the link out. The name of the video here in the way here. Rabbi Jubaka, They Want You Dead song. Fluoride in the water, New York chemtrails, and vaccines kill. Now, look carefully at the date. It has 889 views, and it was published on December 11th, 2013. Now, if I play the video, which I won't, I created a song called They Want You Dead. And then I went on, They Want You Dead, and why, and who. They are the people that run the government and the world and have done so for billions, not millions of years. So when I say they want you dead, I mean they want you dead. And that was December 11th of 2013. That's the day I made the 3 videos in reference to that song, but none of them are public any longer. And they're not public because I would get a strike or anything like that. They're not public because I decided that YouTube said, you're not going to make any money from these videos. So I posted them on my Patreon account at the $20 or above level. So in order to see those videos, if you're a man, a man named G.E. Northcote, I'd be happy to send those videos to you privately. If you send your email address on some obscure video I have, I will send you 100 plus videos. Plus, I will send you the Rabbi Jubaka, They Want You Dead song videos. John Escape is already well above the Patreon minimum level, as is Scott and Jack. So those people are well above, and they have the privilege and honor of seeing my videos. Yeah, get him out of here, Jack. Thanks. All right, so now we're going to go up to the comments. Yep, yep, there we go. We just lost my connection. Can't. Soon as I said Rabbi Drew Barker, baby, the connection was lost. Now, lost it again, baby. We have been officially destroyed by YouTube once again. Says I'm still live, but the connection was lost twice within 60 seconds of posting my video. Within 60 seconds of showing you just a picture of my video, not the song itself. So I am the most censored channel on YouTube. I have arrived. So Scott Del Fuego says, if I'm still live, because I lost 3 people from my live stream, how about doing an 8x10 copy of your photo in Drew Barker character and a picture of the original dollar bill with an original signature? I'd pay for that to frame and put on my office wall. How about I just do that for you for free? How about I just do that for my friends? Somebody explained to me how it would work best, and I'll just do that for my close group of friends. I'll just send you. My connection is unstable. That's it. The live stream has ended. It's showing me that the people on my live stream have gone down from 19 to 17 to 16 to 14. Can't even put a Rabbi Drew Barker. See, I told you, if I'm still live, now it's 13. If I'm still live, I told you that their algorithm can see pictures. It can. It shut off my live stream. It shut off my internet 3 times within 60 seconds of posting my Rabbi Drew Barker video, picture only, no link, no words. It shut off my internet 3 times. LaRue Seagrass, welcome to the machine. Good morning, LaRue. I'm back in, froze a while ago. I'm back in. I froze a while ago. Yeah, I froze big. Okay, it looks like I'm back online. They shut off my internet as soon as I know that there are the underachievers out there that don't believe that YouTube algorithms has the ability to see pictures and decipher words. Didn't have that ability back in the 90s, but it does now. So by me showing you a Rabbi Drew Barker title with the words of the song called They Want You Dead, Google algorithm shut my channel down. Now, I know for a fact if I just put that, go again. There we go again. I can't even say the words. Now, I don't know if I'm going to stay on here or not. Okay, Jack, thank you for that piece of information. Be careful about talking about certain name brand of beer in the Philippines. Thank you, Jack. LaRue Seagrass. Now, again, we give LaRue Seagrass a big shout out. If you want to see a happy person, a happy Filipino woman, a person that is nothing but positive, LaRue Seagrass is that person in the Philippines vlogging community, will make you smile. So go, please press those buttons next to her name and become a subscriber to LaRue Seagrass. She does some great uploads. She's funny to watch. She's positive and she's entertaining. So, all right, it looks like I'm back online, but I guess, no, okay. Yeah, they shut me down again. Oh boy, why are they? And I have a brand new modem, and the internet, they just can't. Oh, we have. Oh, we had super chat from John Escape in the previous live stream that I did not get a chance to sing. So let's sing to John Escape. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much, John Escape. Salamat. And now it looks like we have super chat from the wordsmith himself, and I am correct. So let me read the words from the wordsmith. They want your stream dead. They want your stream dead. To kill your message and keep us blind, they want your stream dead. They do. They do. They do. They do. They do. That is why I removed 4,000 videos from YouTube, and I have them all stored in my drive. Now, some of those videos I just switched to private and put on the Patreon at singularly above at the $20 or above mark. And all, there we go. There we go. It's gone again. So let's sing to Scott before. We're offline again. Yes, sir. And here is the thing here. I'm looking at my internet connection, and at no time did that box go yellow when the internet went out. At no time did the box turn yellow. At no time did my internet connection get turned off. At no time in this entire live stream did my internet connection box show that I lost my internet connection. And in my last live stream, at no time did the box show that my internet connection was disconnected. It said it on the top of the screen. It disconnected me. The viewers went from 19 before down to 12. Now it's back up to 20. In the previous live stream, at no time did I lose internet connection, but my live stream was shut down. And that's why Scott Del Fuego Super Chat is important to look at and read. I don't even want to read it because that word is censored. But so we'll sing, thank you. Connection is unstable. That's it. The live stream went from 20 to show people. My connection is unstable, but the box next to the green house is my internet connection. Shows that it's stable. And yet the video, the live stream keeps cutting on and off. Now it's cut on and off for about the last 5 minutes. So I don't know what it's going to do now. But the box at the bottom next to the little green has never gone yellow. And yet the live stream keeps going south. So here's Scott Del Fuego. And now we're down to, from 20, we're down to 14. I don't know what to do here, whether I should keep talking, but it's going back up. Okay, so apparently, no, there it goes again. Apparently, Google pays very close attention to Michael Fazio's live streams. So, all right, while it's up, there it is. See, there it is. Now it flashed off. There it goes. Folks, I have arrived. So I'm going to end this I'm going to end this video on my thing. You can see it's flashing on and off. Well, I got the thank you song, and thank you, Scott, if you're still there. I'll go down to the bottom of the comments, but you saw the video, the live stream flashing on and off. Sometimes the internet showed that it was off now, but before it didn't do that. And then sometimes it didn't. So this is Michael Fazio. Today's 3/28. I know that because actually in America, it is still my daughter's birthday. Thank you very much for watching, and this is the end of this tablet video. All right, so we'll go back. We will go back. Yeah, we're back up to 15. Boy, I got to tell you, I'm looking at the internet. It didn't show. We'll move on. Moving on. Okay, Jack, thank you for the advice. I don't know if you caught that before. Jack, Scott Thompson is saying, good evening. Welcome back, LaRue Seagrass. Welcome to a revealing stream of some of the deepest secrets in life, hidden in plain sight until revealed by Michael Fazio's great mind. And that, thank you very much, Scott. That is why I said I should have been offered $10 million, just one check. Here's $10 million for the rights, outright. Here's the rights for your book. And then you could collaborate with us at the studios and take a portion of the proceeds. But the elite that run this world knew right from the get-go that my book, Angels on the Ark, and my dollar bill videos revealed secrets that they never want to be revealed. Therefore, when my book and my dollar bill videos became a smash success on the first channel, they just shut my channel down for nonsensical strikes. I told you in many live streams, one strike was because a car or a boat went by my house, and in the background there was music playing, and I got a copyright strike for that. And another strike was because I forgot to take the tags out of the description box, and they gave me a strike for having tags in the description box, not just too many tags. In other words, I was working with tags in the description box, and I had like a whole half of a page of tags. And out of those tags, I would copy and paste the tags that had to do with each dollar bill video. Some of them had skull and bones in the videos, so I would take the tag skull and bones on the dollar bill out of the tags. And I forgot to remove a half a page of tags from the video. So they used that as a strike against me. And then the other one, well, that was probably my fault. LaRue Seagrass. Okay, GE Northcote is back. I have GE Northcote says, I have 23 subs, Michael. Not a massive amount for sure. I just shut your page off yesterday. I know, and I think I subscribed to your channel, but if I didn't, I'll do that right now. Where are we here? Oh, I can't do that this page. All right. I will do it later. GE Northcote says, I have 23 subs, Michael. Not a massive amount for sure. However, to attract any amount of subscribers without having any content is by no mean feat. LOL. That's, well, you have those subscribers because of your intelligent comments. I mean, proof positive of that is not because you super chatted me 250 pounds, by the way, but a few days before that, if my memory serves me correctly, you came on and said something to the effect that if for no other reason, Michael Fazio goes down in history as an entertaining character that makes someone smile, then that would be enough of a legacy that would make the person who made the comment happy. I'm pretty sure it was GE Northcote, so I never went back to check that, but I'm positive it was him because I could go. I have so many tabs open, but so I pinned his comment to the page. I'm pretty sure it's you, and then 2 days later, 250 pounds. He dumps 250 pounds of super chat on me, 296 US dollars or something close to that. Thank you very much. So if you're not subscribed to GE Northcote, he doesn't have content, he doesn't have videos, but who knows? Maybe one day he'll post something because he sure has intelligence and he certainly has money. So please subscribe to GE Northcote channel. LaRue Seagrass welcoming GE Northcote. John Escape, all for you, LaRue. GE Northcote. Hello again, LaRue. See, this is one of the things I could digress back to was on my channel, I have overachievers and real people on other Philippines blogging channels that believe they are somehow noteworthy, which I don't believe. I mean, it depends on what you want to be noteworthy for. If you want to be noteworthy as an underachiever, well, then you have arrived. If you want to be noteworthy as an overachiever, I have arrived. It depends on what your version of greatness or platitudes are. Oh, that's a big word. So much. Thank you so much. We see we have a troll. We do have a troll. Just here away from iPad cooking for lunch, okay? GE Northcote. I'm pretty much the same Jack Thompson. I do have lots of vlogs to upload, but just haven't got around to it yet. Okay, so let's go to, you guys press the buttons next to GE Northcote's channel, comments and subscribe, and then if he ever does post anything, at least you'll get a notification. And remember to click the bell when you go subscribe to his channel. Now, here's one more proof positive that I have the most censored channel on YouTube. Anybody with 1,000 or 1,500 subscribers will typically get somewhere between 20 and 40 people watching their live stream. I have 19,000 subscribers, and Google unclicked the bell from all of them. All of them. I have 16 people watching a live stream with 19,000 subscribers. There is no other YouTuber on YouTube. There is, of all of the people that have channels on all of the flat earth, on all of Google, there is no other person with 19,000 subscribers that can get such a low ratio of views or live stream commenters. With 19,000 subscribers, I should have somewhere between 200 and 400 people watching my live stream. But I have been censored from day one. I understand that to be true. The underachievers don't believe it because they don't know how the Google algorithms work because, of course, they have been underachievers. And an underachiever doesn't understand how the people that control this world. Now, I do have to digress back to my dream. Blue Rose says that, and I'm going to go back to that part of my live stream where I had the dream, but it's not a pretty dream. Okay, but I won't tell you the first half of the dream. The one half of the dream, well, it was a crazy dream. Probably one of the most bizarre dreams I ever could recall. And I didn't write it down when I woke up, but I recall it now. And I recalled it when I woke up, and I just will not post that on YouTube. But I'm going to reveal the second half of my dream. So let's just read a few more comments, and then I'll go to my dream. It's not pretty. Blue Rose, the best we can do is live our lives one day at a time, not in fear, and enjoy the friendships and information. John Escape says the rainbow. You're on. No, it's okay. We don't need a rainbow today. We had so much super chat and so much single donations to my Patreon community. Today's free of charge. I'm not gonna not going to burden you people with pushing buttons and your credit card. No, 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 no. No super chat, no rainbow. But I might bang the pot. I could bang the pot. But after I tell you my dream. LaRue Seagrass, actually, I'm ashamed here because as I've seen here, I'm the only woman here joining and supporting you. Well, that's because of the 19,000 subscribers I have. Google has shut everybody off. I had literally hundreds of people from Germany and literally hundreds of people from Japan 5 years ago. I mean, not a few people from Germany. There were entire groups of people from Germany that followed my live streams. I mean, my videos, and I had, on average, I would get 1,000 to 2,000 views. Now, on average, my views are about just over 100, and I don't care. I don't, I got to tell you, with the generosity that people have showed me through Patreon, through Super Chat, through personal bank transfers, I have to be very, very happy man. I happen to be a very happy person. In fact, so happy that when I'm done telling you my dream, I'm going to go call up the people who I requested would find out if they could order my computer from me yesterday and see if they did that. I don't expect to have any positive results from that at all. The people in the Philippines, I even spoke with the manager of one department and the owner of another department. And I know that when I call them back today, they're going to say, oh, I was too busy, or no, you're going to have to come in. And even though there's restrictions, I don't know what restrictions are in Bohol because I haven't looked at any restrictions here in the Philippines. I mean, in Bohol, I don't know if there are restrictions of traveling here. I have no idea whatsoever. But I know that these people that the manager of the biggest internet store in ICM Mall is probably going to turn around and say, Michael, come in. And she knows exactly who I am. I mean, I've known her for 3.5 or 4 years. She's going to say, you're going to have to come in to ask that question that I asked her yesterday to find out about the computer. I know what she's going to say. Well, so let's get back to my dream. Now it says unable to connect, but I still have 17 people watching. So my dream was as follows. Okay, there was a man dressed up in a clown suit. And there was a woman that wanted to be part of the show. And the man was sitting on a chair. And the woman wanted to become part of the act that the clown had working in the background. There was something working in the background. There were images that I don't really recall. And the clown said to the woman, what can you do? And the woman said, I can make water appear from one container or glass. She used like a small glass container. I can make water appear from nothing. So the clown said, okay, I'd like to see that. And the woman took 2 empty containers. Let me get 2 containers so I could give you a depiction of this. The woman took 2 empty containers and she put the 2 empty containers in her hand, one in each hand. So this is not exactly what I'd want to use, but she put the 2 empty containers in her hand. And this container is empty. And this container is empty. And the clown was sitting there saying, all right, do your thing. So the woman took the one container and put it under the other container and started pouring it. And when she poured the water from the container that wasn't in the container out, water came out of the container and filled the bottom container right up to the top. And then the clown looked at her and said, "That's amazing," and made her part of the show. But now the clown didn't have that ability. So the clown took 2 containers, and the clown took 2 empty containers and says, "How the heck did she do that?" And the clown took his 2 empty containers, glasses they were, or like containers, and he took an empty container and he poured it into the other container. And water came out of it. Now, I don't know what that means, but it has something to do with water and not having water and getting water. So the next time the water guys come to the house, I have 7 bottles of water, and 2 of them are empty. I will get my bottles refilled, but so far I've seen the water guys come down the block several times. They'll usually tap the horn. So I don't know if we're going to run out of water, but that was a strange dream. But it wasn't that part of the dream that really was strange. The first part, I will not tell you what the first part of the dream was. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. And that's why I don't have a good personal outlook on the future. And that video that I showed you, the Rabbi Jew Barker video, and the song, and as soon as I put it up there, the live stream died. I think that's what's coming. I think that's what's coming. And there's a lot of people that think that's what's coming. So Trump was told on January 11th of 2017 what was coming, that he would face. There are now on top of my page, Blue Rose gave me the article by the Trump's medical advisor, Fauci. Blue Rose sent me the article. I read the article. So Trump knew about a possibility of a catastrophic event occurring on his watch in January of 2017. He even knew the name of the catastrophe that was going to happen. Then, of course, John Hopkins University in October of 2019 said that there would be a catastrophe with the name of the catastrophe on the John Hopkins University website. So first, the guy who stands next to Trump when he does these meetings, Fauci, his medical advisor, first he said it in 2017 on January 11th, and then John Hopkins University said it in October 18th, I think it was October 18, 2019, and then it happened, okay, and with the same name that was used. So I mentioned before in my first live stream, Nicholson, 1968, he's very big on symbols and catching things. He missed a couple of major things in one of the more recent announcements. So we're going to go to G.E. Northcote. You must be enemy number 1 in certain circles, Michael, for those in the shadows to show you so much interest in disrupting your messages. Look, G.E. Northcote, look at the numbers on the top of the page. There are 15 people watching out of 19,000 subscribers. Those numbers speak for themselves. If my numbers were real, like they were when I first, I had 10 times, 20 times, 38 times the views on average video 6 years ago than I do now. And 6 years ago, I had 4,000 subscribers. So now I have 19,000 subscribers. And the average video 5 years ago, 6 years ago, got 2,000 views. Now the average video I post gets 120 views. Now you're going to you're going to hear, it will happen. There is an underachiever out there that will just say that my videos are not good. And that's his opinion. Worthless as his opinion may be, it's his opinion. He's entitled to have a worthless opinion. I'm glad that he posts his worthless opinions on YouTube because it makes him to be what he is, an underachiever. So I'm glad that he posts his worthless opinions on YouTube about Warren and myself and Scott Del Fuego being a janitor. Come though. You know what? I got it. I won't tell you. But anyway, so here we go back to my thing. I know that what I do know for a fact is that most underachievers will never say those things in public. That's what I would say. Like, one-on-one confrontation. Scott doesn't have to defend himself because he's a self-made man. I myself happen to know for a fact that the people I meet in the malls, in the shopping centers, and when I walk down the block, they yell out, "Hey, Rabbi." Now that was a persona I had on YouTube 10 years ago, Rabbi Drew Barker, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, until I moved to the Philippines in 2013. And still people call me, "Hey, Rabbi." "Hey, Rabbi." And I give them a Rabbi Drew Barker shout out. Okay. And I am, and then I bang my chest and all of that other good stuff, because that's just one of my many personas. But there are hundreds of people I have met, maybe 1,000, that have known exactly who I am, walk up to me in the mall and say, "Hey, how you doing? You're a Philippines blogger, or you're Michael Fazio?" Yep, that's me. So if any of those people had any animosity towards me, they didn't show it. I have never been shown, and when I say never, not a single person has ever walked up to me and said a negative thing. Nobody. That includes every single vlogger, Philippines or not, has not had what it takes to say what was on their mind that they talk about on YouTube. Not one. And probably that would be a good thing, because in real life, it's different than running your mouth on YouTube. It's completely different when you start talking about some guy in Alaska and all kinds of negative stuff about a guy in Alaska. Then you say that to that guy when he's right in front of you. That guy in Alaska might not be the person you made him out to be on YouTube. Although he might be. I don't know. I've never experienced that. But what I will tell you is that in real life, it's different when I meet people, that there are people that come on here and say negative stuff, but in real life, I don't meet those people. And if I do meet them, I don't know who they are. And I don't care, because everybody walks up and wants to shake my hand and say hello. I either like your videos or I don't like it, or I like this series that you made, or I don't. But in real life, very few people are going to walk up to you in person and say, not only don't I like you, but I'm going to do this and that. Not anybody I've ever met. Not anybody I've ever met has ever said anything to me in real life. I don't know why, but probably a good thing. I think the water guy is outside. Hold on a minute. If he was, I missed him. Plus, it's raining. All right. I think that was the waterman, but it's raining and I missed him anyway, so I'm not going to get water. Oh, we have a blackout. We, in fact, now have a full-on blackout. My battery backup is beeping. We will say goodbye. We have a blackout, ladies and gentlemen. Being per me. I'll leave the live stream on for the few minutes that we have, and I'll show you my skull and bones that is used on the Yale Skull and Bone Society. This is the original drawing that is used. Website. And again, it brought me back up to the top of the page. So let me show you the Yale Skull and Bones website. We have a dead internet. Looks like no power. Here is one of those pictures. Here is one that when you right click on this picture, it goes to my page. So I'm going to right click on this, open link in a new tab, and I'm going to show you the video appearing on my home page, but without the link. I will not show you the link because this is a private video, I believe. No, this one is probably public. So this is the Yale. This is the video it came from. We'll just stop it there. This Yale Skull and Bones Society 322 logos on the dollar bill, and this is the Yale Skull and Bones Society picture, and of course it is the Yale Skull and Bones Society pictures. And this is a secret society called Skull and Bones, and this is their official website. Then if you scroll down, you'll see George Bush. So Michael Fazio is on the same page as George Herbert Walker Bush and George W. Bush. The pictures were next to each other, but down below, I think my picture is directly next to President Bush. So let's see if we can find out. Now you got to understand that I don't know if that's me. No, that's not me. You got to understand Hillary Clinton, honorary Skull and Bones member. But here down below is another picture from my dollar bill series. Oh, that's not it either. Okay. We're looking. There's 2 on this website and 4 or 5 on a private Skull and Bones website, which I can't find right now. Is the entire picture, and that's okay that they copied it. All right, let's go down a little bit more. This way you could see that I'm on that page somewhere. I don't know where. I mean, well, you've already seen one. So how many people? Here it is right here. So here is descendants of the Yale Skull and Bones. Here's the Skull and Bones Society. And this is this picture right here with the cursor on it is in fact this picture right here. This picture is this picture. So let me put the flashlight on and I'll okay, so this picture here shares in the green tape is this picture there. Now there are additional words on this because I finished the drawing. It is a public video, and I'm going to right click on here. Look, but we go down one page and we see George Herbert Walker Bush, Skull and Bones, his wife, Barbara. And I'll go back up one page. We see the dollar bill. And then we right click this button right here.